Preventing falls is really important because when people fall, whether at home or in the community or other places, a lot of people end up with things like broken hips and injuries and fractures and things that take them off their feet for a good amount of time. As occupational therapists, we come along to try to help people to avoid falls and to help keep people up on their feet. So here's a few quick tips that you can do to look at your environment and see if there's things that you can do to reduce your risk of falls. So one of the first things we look at as occupational therapists is how to reduce the barriers in the world around you, whether it's your home or in the community. The barriers could be a dog that runs under your feet. It might be a mat that's in the wrong spot. It might be shoes that are left out. Things like that can trip people up really easily. And if you reduce those barriers, it reduces your risk of tripping and falling on them. So those trip hazards, those things that you see, cords on the floor and things just left out, they're the kind of things that can reduce the room that you have to walk, and you can accidentally trip on those. So reducing those risks, those barriers and those trip hazards are really helpful. It might be a step getting in your front door and it's hard to get up that step. So could we put in a rail or do something just to ramp that so that it's easy access for you to reduce your risk of falls? Another thing to do is to keep active. So just keep walking, moving, doing exercises that keep your legs strong and your balance and your core strong. And that will help you to reduce your risk of falls, as well as help you correct yourself if you were to fall, so that you may be able to catch yourself in time. So keeping yourself strong is essential. Using those muscles, the old use it or lose it is absolutely true. As soon as we turn 40, all of a sudden our muscles stop working. We start losing our muscle mass. You actually have to exercise to maintain your muscle mass. So keep moving. Another great thing to do is to wear supportive shoes. So that might be lace-up shoes. It might be enclosed shoes. So if you wear thongs and flip-flops or slippers that fall off your feet, that increases your risk of falls. So wearing great supportive shoes can really help to reduce your risk, as well as help you just feel more stable as you're walking through your house and in the community. And some people need some help to get off chairs and to move around their house, and maybe it's time to consider things like walking aids or things to help with your chairs. And at that point it's time to call in an occupational therapist or a physiotherapist, and we can help work through different options to help you to use equipment to maintain your mobility, to keep you moving. The most important thing is to just keep moving, to keep strong, keep active, and that will help reduce your risk of falls as you age. And then another thing we often recommend to many people who are fearful of falls or at risk of falls is to consider getting a GPS personal alarm, and that could be something you wear around your neck or on your wrist as a watch. There's lots of different types of them, and some are monitored and some aren't monitored, but an entry-level product is about $500 for a GPS falls detection product, and that means if you were to accidentally fall and you had a heavy fall, then your loved ones will be notified. They'll know where you are, they can come and find you, whether you're at home or in the community. So a personal alarm is a great strategy as well that we recommend to a lot of people who are fearful of falls, so that then you can get help urgently if you were to have a fall. So I hope those tips have inspired you today, and if you want to talk more about how to reduce your risk of falls, get in touch with your occupational therapist or physiotherapist. Let them know the challenges that you're experiencing, and we'll work with you to come up with strategies to keep you safe and as independent as possible at home.